A very warm and cordial morning to everyone. Today, we members of group are going to present our assignment on topic 6th 5-year plan 1980 to 1985. So, let me start with introduction. The 6th 5-year plan marked the beginning of economic liberalization. Price control were eliminated and ration shops were closed. This led to an increase in food prices and an increase in the cost of living. This was the end of Nehruvian socialism. The National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development was established for development of rural areas on 12 July 1982 by recommendation of Shiv Raman Committee. Family planning was also expanded in order to prevent overpopulation. The 6th 5-year plan was a great success to the Indian economy. The target growth rate was 5.1% and the actual growth rate was 5.7%. Objective: strengthening the impulses of modernization for the achievement of economic and technological self reliance, a progressive reduction in the incidence of poverty and unemployment, a speedy development of indigenous sources of energy with proper emphasis on conservation and efficiency in energy, improving the quality of the life of people in general with special reference to the economically and social handicapped population through a minimum need. A progressive reduction in regional inequities in the pace of development and in the diffusion of technological benefits, promoting politics for controlling the growth of population through voluntary acceptance of the small family norm, bringing about harmony between the short and long term goals of development by promoting the protection and improvement of ecological environment asset through education, communication, and institutional strategies. National Rural Employment Program. It was launched in 1980 to view significantly increase in employment in rural areas. Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Act. It was launched on 15th of August 1983 with objective of generating gainful employment opportunities.
6 5-year plan is one of the most successful plan among all 5-year plan. So now let's talk about some of the benefits and achievement of it. Firstly, the planned GDP is to be estimated around 5.1% a year but achieved 5.7%, which shows success of this plan. Secondly, generation of employment and population control through family planning. Third, decrease in poverty and stability in price fluctuation. Also improve the growth of industrial sector rapidly. Fourth, modernization of technology, improvement in telecommunication and transportation, which also leads to ease of business in India. And one of the most important and beneficial is establishment of NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, which provides credit facility to farmers for agriculture in a very nominal rate of interest.
Drawbacks of 6th 5-year plan. To the 6th 5-year plan, the deficiency in implementations are largely due to inadequate planning of projects at the initial stages. Means the member will have no clear picture of what is expected to them as they work on project. It causes slippage in schedules and poor performance when the proper resources are not planned to be provided and not made available for the projects. There are other factors which have been identified for the faulty implementations of plans, like lack of scope document, poor planning, and unrealistic expectations. Limitation of 6th 5-year plan. The 6th 5-year plan was presented in 1978, however, the plan was terminated in 1977 to 78 and launched its old 6th year plan for the period of 1978 to 83 over its ruling plan. Ruling plan means that the procedure of continuous evolutions of a dynamic program in the change of government in January 1980. Rajiv Gandhi was elected as the Prime Minister. He aimed for the rapid industrial development, especially in the area of information technology. The sixth plan also make the beginning of economic liberalization. Means price control were eliminated and the ration shop were closed. This led to an increase in food price and increase in the cost of living. Hence, the 6 year plan was a great success to the Indian economy.
Price control. Price controls are restrictions set in place and enforced by governments on the prices that can be charged for goods and services in a market. The intent behind implementing such controls can stem from the desire to maintain affordability of goods even during shortages and to slow inflation, or alternatively to ensure a minimum income for providers of certain goods or to try to achieve a living wage. There are two primary forms of price control. The first one is a price ceiling. The maximum price that can be charged. Price ceiling is rent control, which limits the increases in rent, and the second one is price floor, the minimum price that can be charged. Example, minimum wage. Historically, price controls have often been imposed as a part of a larger incomes policy package, also employing wage controls and other regulatory elements.
Birth rate and population control. The 6 year plan laid down the long term demographical goal of reducing the next production NR to be 1966 for the country as a whole by 2001 in all states. The implication of these long term demographic goals are as follows: both per thousand birth rate per thousand population would be reduced from the level of 33 in 1978 to 21. The death per thousand population would be reduced from 14 in 1978 to 9, and infant mortality rate would be reduced from 129 or 60 or less. The population as India will be 900 million by the turn of the century and will stabilize at 1200 million by the year of 2050 AD.
Five-year plan onwards, a special emphasis has been given to the economic development of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes, without interfering with their traditional ways of life and culture. For other economically backward communities, minorities, women, and the socially and educationally handicapped, suitable provisions would be made. Clean drinking water will be provided in all problem villages in the country, and it will be ensured that at least one source of potable water is available throughout the year in such village. The approach will be to have low cost schemes and the widest coverage with simple care to ensure that drinking of water is available to all weaker sections of the community.
National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. NABRD was established in 1982 in the recommendation of B. Savirajan Committee. This gave a relief to agricultural sector by fulfilling needs of a specialized bank for agriculture in India. The three main functions of NABRD were credit function, development function, and supervisory function. Credit function. It was mainly concerned with providing credit function to agricultural organization and maintained the flow of ground level rural credit. Second, development function. Promotion and development of agriculture, small scale industries, cottage and village industry, and other allied economic activities in rural areas in view of promoting, developing, and securing prosperity for rural areas was concerned in development functions. Third, supervisory functions. It ensures supervision and inspection of RRBs, that is Regional Rural Bank and Cooperative Bank, under the provision of Banking Regulation Act 1949.
At the end, we conclude that the 6 5 year plan marked the beginning of economic liberalization. The National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Areas was established for development of rural areas on 12th July 1982. The sixth five-year plan was a great success to Indian economy. The target growth rate was 5.1% and the actual growth rate was 5.7%. Population control to family planning, industrial and infrastructure development, improvement in transportation and telecommunication, modernization in technology. Thank you.